as they used copper in soil, they started to notice that it increased the plant growth. It increased it sped everything up basically. It created energy. And he noticed that when you're using a lot of iron in the soil, right, you're creating all this rust, this decay, you're kind of gunking things up, you're diminishing the energy and the magnetism. But when you use copper on this side, you increase all that. And it actually starts to get rid of the slugs and all of those things and whatever. But when I was reading his work, he had this one part in the book where he talked about how in the 1940s, they presented all of this to the politicians, right? They said, we're going to make you copper tools. Farmers are going to have abundance. You know, everybody could be living very well, have a lot of food, have a lot of great things. And the politicians at that time said we were getting a kickback from the fertilizer companies, so we can't do any of that. They put out a big broadcast on the news and the radio and the newspapers about how if we use electroculture or copper-based tools in our gardens, that will yield too much food and not make enough money. And that was put out to all the farmers at that time. So all the farmers who were thinking at that time thought, well, I can't do any of that. I'm going to lose all my money. I'm going to lose, everything that I'm working for. So instantaneously, Victor Schauberger's work completely vanished. And when I read that excerpt in the book, I thought, I got to start talking about this. We got to start trying this. We got to start testing it out. So what I did was I had a moringa plant that was on my balcony, and I'm on the third floor. It's got tap water. It's exposed to all the stuff that's here on the street and things like that. And I decided I'm going to test this out. I'm going to take a piece of wood. I'm going to wrap it with copper. I'm going to stick it in the earth, and I'm just going to kind of see what happens. And what happened was my moringa plant, it created pods, and the average moringa pod is about 6 inches. Mine were 14 inches and 22 inches long.